Hello folks, welcome to the 37th video of the Regal Wellness series. Sitting disease part 2. Now, we talked about some of the issues before in one of our videos. Now we're gonna elaborate on that. And our first thing we're going to talk about, it puts extra stress on your back, especially the low back. Because when you're standing, the weight is distributed. If you're standing in proper posture, the weight is distributed evenly through your body. But when you sit, most of the weight tends to go into that low back area. It's not transferring down in through your legs and feet. So you're putting extra stress on there, and also when you sit, you tend to hunch yourself forward. And what that does, instead of those discs being nice and even like that, now remember the discs are the little shock absorber between each vertebrae. You want them nice and even like that, but when you sit too much, leaning one way, they tend to pinch in the front and push out in the back, more susceptible to hitting a nerve. And also what's going on, your ligaments are your connective tissue that bind bone to bone. They tend to get a little out of the way. They tend to stretch out, and they get away from stabilizing your back, making you stronger. It tends to make your back weaker. So that's why it's very important. If you've been sitting for long periods of time, don't be lifting after you've been sitting long periods of time, because now your back is not as stable as it should be. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up. Some other problems that come about is your rib cage tends to close up by sitting too much. Your rib cage closes up, that puts stress on your lungs. And remember, the lungs help send that oxygen throughout your body. So if the lungs are compromised, it's going to put extra stress on your heart to get that oxygen pumping through. And also, your stomach or your gut tends to compress. And when that compresses, it slows down your digestion. And by slowing down your digestion, that could cause a slower metabolism, and you don't want that. And remember, so these are just some of the new items I thought we share with you. Now, what can we do to prevent this? One is our 20-20 rule. And I think this is very important. We use this when I taught ergonomic classes. We always use the 20-20 rule. So that means every 20 minutes you're at your desk or sitting down, you should get up for at least 20 seconds. By doing that, you can stretch out a little bit, you can get those legs moving, because those legs, you're not getting much action out of those legs when you're sitting, if any. So we want to get those legs moving, you want to balance out your body. So if I'm too much this way, I want to go back this way. So you want to, and that's the key, balance out your body. And you can do a little 20-second workouts, you can do little kicks, little side kicks. And remember folks, they always tell you should work out so much time a day, but you don't have to work out that time all at once. You can do it in separate increments. So nice. And you can do little marches, you can do little ankle rolls. There's all kinds of things. What you want to do, you want to get your body moving a little bit. You want to stretch it out. If you're too much this way, you want to go back that way. You want to even out your body. So they're just some of the things you can do to make sitting a little safer. And you know what they say, the only thing that sat its way to success was a hen. So I just thought I'd end with that. But I want to say, folks, thank you for joining us today. Remember, stay safe, stay strong, and be happy. See you next week.